What I would request, if you haven't already, if you could make sure that you're on mute. I will be open to doing questions at the end, but so please ensure that you're on mute currently. We'll just wait a little bit longer just to see if there's any others likely to join. Okay, I think there's a few people there that are just joining us now. So if you can just bear with me a little second longer. Okay, right, I think that's, just gonna hide that so I'm not looking at myself. Hello, so good morning everybody. Thank you for joining me. My name's Joe Lavers. I'm Senior Business Development Manager for Wendy Tours. And we've put together a fantastic exclusive group tour for Miles Morgan, which is traveling through Vietnam and Cambodia. And the departure date is the 16th of October 2022. So I'm going to go through what this tour entails, what you're going to be doing, what you're going to be seeing, and then at the end I'll go through how you can go about inquiring about this, the pricing, and be open to any questions if anybody has them. So please do, if any questions come to mind, just keep them there until the end of the presentation. So let's get going. So I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Wendy Tours first, just in case you're not familiar with us or haven't travelled with us. But we are the UK's #1 Asia tour operator for escorted tours of this part of the world. And what I'm presenting to you today is a fully inclusive package. So that means the price includes your flights, and the flights are from Heathrow. Also includes your accommodation, which is predominantly 4-star, and we stay in a real mixture of different types of hotels, from large chains to smaller independent hotels, but all fantastically located, great standards. Also includes all of your guiding. We have the best guides in the business, and also includes all of your meals, and you'll be taken to fabulous restaurants, also sampling local delicacies from particular areas of the country as well. For visas, they are also included in the price as well. And we really do have an award-winning service. Now, Miles Morgan, we've partnered with for many, many years. They're one of our top agents. And they've sent many, many customers away with us. All have come back absolutely raving about our tours and their experience, because it really is about the experience. We really want to immerse you in the culture and the destinations. But of course, you don't have to take my word for it. Ask Miles Morgan themselves. Also, we've got 5-star TripAdvisor rating, gold trusted service on FIFO, 97% customer satisfaction ratio, the best guides in the business, lots of experience, and your money is safe with us. We are fully bonded. We're a reputable tour operator, and we really have introduced our new flexible booking guarantee as well, which I will go through again at the end of this presentation. So this is just a quick map overview. We will be flying into Saigon, then we'll be joining our ship, which sailed on its inaugural launch in December 2019, which I was lucky enough to be on. And we will sail up the Mekong into Cambodia. We'll spend time in Phnom Penh, and then finishing up in Siem Reap and the fabulous temples of Angkor Wat. So I'm hoping that that video played okay, because sometimes on these Zoom calls they can stick a little bit, or you might not get all of the music, but hopefully that gave you a little flavour of what you're going to see in this country. So we start in Saigon and Ho Chi Minh City, and it is a fabulous city. It's very, very vibrant, very, very busy. It's got a fantastic colonial past. And you'll visit, for example, the Central Post Office, which is perhaps the grandest post office in all of Southeast Asia. And then we also, because Saigon has been has this colonial past, particularly with the French occupation. They even have a Notre Dame Cathedral as well, which was built in the late 1880s by the French colonialists. And it's one of the few remaining strongholds of Catholicism in this largely Buddhist Vietnam. Located in Paris Square, and gives you that idea, really, as you can see in this image. You've got the skyscrapers in the back, you've got the colonial, and then you've got the local architecture as well. It's a real hodgepodge, Saigon, and a fabulously vibrant place to be. Very, very busy, lots of people on the scooters and the motorbikes, and it's fabulous. And we'll take you on a city tour. You'll experience the War Remnants Museum as well, which has got many displays and personal accounts, of course, from the Vietnamese perspective of that Vietnamese conflict. Now, the other thing about being on a Wendy Wu tour, and this tour particularly, is some of the amazing food experiences. So when you arrive in Saigon, you'll have your first day at leisure, and then we'll have a welcome when we actually get the group together with the guide again, and you'll do your city tour. And also in the evening, we'll take you to a fabulous restaurant called Notre. Now this is in Saigon, and it's where you're served by blind or visually impaired waiters. And it really is about eating in the dark. So it's a real test of your senses, as you can see here. Does your coffee taste different in the dark? Does the smell of chocolate in the dark even more tempting? What does a carrot really taste like when you can't actually see what you're eating? So quite a very unique experience, and a real fusion of Asian and Western foods here as well. And then we'll take you out to the Cuchi Tunnels. And like I say, if you've got any interest at all in the Vietnamese conflict, this is absolutely fascinating and a real exciting experience. I loved my time here. We'll take you to where the Cuchi Tunnels are, so these underground tunnels that the Vietnamese built to hide and also fight off the American soldiers. You'll see the booby traps that they laid. You'll learn about how they had very inventive ways of camouflaging and hiding themselves, and you can actually get to go through the tunnels yourself as well. Now they do get smaller and smaller, and as you saw on the previous slide, the Vietnamese are quite a small race of people, particularly back during the conflict times. So they would get through those small camouflaged hatches, but they have actually built a larger entrance tunnel now for us Western tourists to be able to actually see. But it does get smaller and smaller. So I only went through the first section, but it is amazing to see what there is around this area. And after our time in Saigon, we will then make our way down to meet up the ship, the Victoria Mekong. Now, this is our own ship. It's brand new. Like I say, I was on the inaugural sailing of December 2019. And we like to give a difference at Wendy Wu Tours. So as you can see on this map, if you follow that pink line from Ho Chi Minh, so that's Saigon, down, you'll come to a place called Mai To. Now that is where the majority of ships will sail along the Mekong. And they will do sort of 7-night, 6-night cruises, sailing up into Cambodia and then of course back down. Now that part of the Mekong is actually quite built up and is not particularly an authentic experience. So we're not sailing from there, we're sailing a very, very different part of the Mekong. So we will come down and you see the place in pink there, Cow Bay. And this is where we will stop for a fabulous lunch, which I'm going to tell you a little bit more about, before we then travel down to Kang To, and this is where we actually pick our vessel up from. And as you see, we travel up towards Tiger Island and then up through into Phnom Penh, sailing a much more quieter, more authentic part of the Mekong. So this is the Le Loganère French colonial restaurant. It's set in a plantation of logan berries. And this is where we'll stop for lunch. So this, again, is an exclusive experience. And it's a fabulous restaurant. I can tell you the food here is incredible. And we'll sit in the top part of that restaurant, as you can see there. But we will have a delicacy from this part of the Mekong Delta, which is called elephant ear fish. Now, this picture was actually taken by myself. And they ceremoniously present this fish, as you can see, standing up. It's quite an ugly looking fish. And it's deep fried, but very delicately fried, so that it keeps all of its little spikes and tentacles on it. And then they'll bring this to your table, and then they will actually dissect the fish for you, so that you've just got the meat from the fish, which is absolutely stunning. And then they wrap it in these rice pancakes for you, and it's just absolutely superb. But it is a speciality of the area. You won't find this all over Vietnam. So this is the ship. So let's have a little look at a video. I do hope this video doesn't stick or anything. And then I'll tell you a little bit more about the ship and the excursions and what you're going to see. So hopefully that's got you excited about this part of the trip, the 4-night cruise up the Mekong. And it is a stunning ship, beautifully appointed, very, very spacious all round. So let's just look at the cabins. So this is a standard cabin, a deluxe cabin. They're all called deluxe cabins. We've got 33 deluxe cabins and 2 VIP. The deluxe cabins are on 2 levels. So there's an upper deck and the main deck. And with regards to the cabin size, so the average for the ships on the Mekong is normally 16 to 18 meters squared. Ours are 25 meters squared. They've got fantastic rain showers, and the VIP cabins are actually 40 meters squared and have a shower as well as a walk-in shower as well as a full-size bath as well, which is quite unique on these river ships. But also, every single cabin has a private balcony. So again, a lot of the ships on this river, you might have what they call a Juliet balcony, which is really just a large window with a gate to stop you falling out, really, to be quite honest. But we have full proper balconies. I've sat out there having a drink before going to my dinner. It's absolutely stunning. And it's really light, it's very bright, it's very modern with its design. And as you saw, there's shows each evening as well. It's got a fantastic outdoor barbecue part which backs onto the restaurant, and the food, I can honestly tell you, is incredible. You've got the small infinity pool there and the sun deck again, which you saw in the video. There's a cinema on board. You can have some massages. There's 2 massage rooms, spa rooms, as well as a small gym, and plenty of outdoor seating and lounging areas as well to just watch the world go by. But because it's sailing a much quieter part of the Mekong, the experience is much more authentic. You are getting to see very different places to what you would do on a normal Mekong cruise. So you'll visit Tiger Island, where you can visit the local industries such as the net weaving, the incense making, and also how to make the rice cakes that are famous from this area. Also, excuse me, we'll take you to a really authentic floating market as well, and also a floating fish farm. So lots of cultural performances as well. And these happen each night for you on the ship. As you can see, with it's only 70 passengers will be on board, and it really is an amazing way to just relax, but also get to see a lot, particularly with those excursions. We'll also take you by sampan to a rare Taoist temple where the fortune tellers practice their art using sticks in front of the altar, and also the opportunity to see via speedboat the submerged forest of Trao Su. So that's known for its real fantastic abundance of bird life and picturesque mangroves. So then we will actually arrive late afternoon in Phnom Penh. So this was once known as the Pearl of the Orient, and for its French colonial buildings, its tree-lined boulevards, scenic river walkways, and we'll have a farewell gala dinner here where we'll watch a performance of the Kaima Aspara dancing, which is a troupe of disadvantaged children. You get the opportunity to meet and interact with them as well. And while we're in this area, we'll visit the Royal Palace, which was built in 1866, and also the Silver Pagoda, which houses a lot of national treasures. But of course, part of this area being around Phnom Penh involves a visit to the killing fields and learning all about that terrible time in Cambodian history with the dictator Pol Pot. So we will take you to one of the schools in Phnom Penh that actually became the S21 prison camp. It's now the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum. So it's quite a harrowing experience, but very profound. You then head out to the actual killing fields themselves, which are just outside the city, where between 1975 and 1978, about 17,000 men, women, and children were detained and tortured at S21 and then transferred to the extermination camp. It's a very peaceful place today. Visitors can learn of the horrors that unfolded here decades ago. And then we will make our way to the airport for our flight onward to Siem Reap. And once we are in Siem Reap, we'll be visiting the amazing temples and Angkor Wat, which is the largest religious temple in the world. So we'll get to see the Elephant Terrace, the Bayon Temple, And this is absolutely stunning all around this area. So it is so much more than just those Angkor Wat temples that you'll be familiar with. Ta Prohm is particularly interesting because, as you can see, these trees have grown in and around and are actually even propping up parts of this temple complex. And it's quite famous as well for being the set for the Tomb Raider films. And then the main complex of Angkor Wat itself, which is absolutely stunning. The approach to this is incredible. But we also do something, again, not a lot of tourists get the opportunity to do this, where we'll take a sampan out onto the moat to actually watch the sunset, which is really, really incredible. Absolutely amazing. All you can hear is the bird life, the insects, as we go out onto Angkor Thom's moat at sunset, which is a really incredible experience. I absolutely loved it. I've got some amazing pictures of that. We'll also, in the following days, we'll go out to Tonle Sap, which is an enormous lake, and we'll travel past the floating villages, and you'll get to experience and see the way the Vietnamese live on this area with their rice basket boats that they paddle up and down on. And as we come past on our boat, we travel out past this estuary area into the main part of the lake, which it's almost like being at sea. It really is huge. You can't see anything on the horizon, and it's just beautiful. It's an absolutely stunning experience. And you'll also get to experience a Khmer cooking class as well. And we'll also, on our last evening, you'll get to see the Fair Cambodian Circus Show. And this is absolutely incredible. This is an NGO. It teaches street children to become internationally renowned circus artists, and really is about, it's like a foundation, if you like, of getting them off the streets, poor children, disadvantaged children, training them to do this, and then the visitors coming to watch enables them to be educated and also to be housed as well. So it's a fantastic giving back to the community in actually attending this, as well as it being a brilliant show. I loved it. Really, really did love it. It was fantastic. And it really is about those authentic experiences that we believe at Wendy Woo that that's really what you want to do on these trips. It's not just about seeing the main sites. It is about interacting with the local people, having authentic experiences, doing those cooking classes as an example, learning how people actually live in these areas and about their history and their culture. So let's move on to a few of the facts around this tour, and then I'll be open to any questions anybody may have. So to secure your place, it's just a £99 per person deposit, and this is part of our flexible booking guarantee. So obviously, if we have to cancel the tour for any reason whatsoever, you will be offered an alternative trip, for example, to rebook at a different time, or alternately, we'll obviously give you a refund. We have the tour departs on the 16th of October 2022 and returns on the 29th of October. And you can see the price there, which is the price for the whole of the tour, but is a main deck on the Victoria Mekong. There is a supplement if you wish to be on the upper deck, and that supplement is £150. For single travellers, and we've got a few booked on this already, there is a single supplement of £890, or if they want to be in the upper cabin, then upper deck, that's £990 as a supplement. And Miles Morgan are putting on a pickup for this particular exclusive tour from Chepstow. And for any of you listening that Chepstow is not your local branch, then you can speak to them with regards to other possible arrangements otherwise than meeting us obviously at Heathrow. And Sam Morgan from the Chepstow branch will be accompanying this tour on behalf of Miles Morgan. So this is an exclusive tour for their clients. We've already got something like 11 or 12 people booked on this. I think that's 7 or 8 cabins on the ship which have already gone. So we've probably only got about another 10 cabins available. So if you are interested in this tour, this isn't a sales pitch. I genuinely say, please do get in touch with Miles Morgan, your local branch, as soon as possible. For those that have registered for this event, I believe Miles Morgan will be contacting you as well to go through any other details or questions that you may have. But it is limited availability. It is an exclusive tour for Miles Morgan customers. And thank you very much for listening to this presentation. I hope the videos worked okay. And hopefully I'll be able to see you all if I open up my window. I think I can see most people. If anybody has a question, maybe just please put your hand up, or and I'll come to you, or maybe hit one of the reaction buttons. I'm just trying to get everybody on my screen. Doesn't seem to want to allow me to see everyone. Or just unmute yourself and ask me a question. Has anybody got anything they'd like to know at all? No, not looking like. I've stunned everybody into silence. Anybody? Well, hopefully some of you yes, somebody.
How many nights is the cruise?
So the cruise is a 4-night cruise because we're sailing upstream. And I was on the ship myself, like I say, in December. I was only on it for the 3 nights. I think as what having the cruise for that period of time does as well, it really gives you the opportunity to just relax. You know, you've got your clothes in the same wardrobe for 4 nights. And it really is a lovely, lovely way to still get to see a great deal, but have that sort of, you know, home from home with your cabin. So 4 nights for that part of the Mekong that we sail, we think is absolutely ideal. Like I say, we're not sailing from the same part of the Mekong that other ships do that make their cruises a bit longer. So that's part of the reason there. You have got a much more authentic experience.
So how many nights in Saigon, Phnom Penh and Siem Reap?
Okay, so it's 2 nights in Saigon. Then you've got 4 nights on the ship. You have a night in Phnom Penh, and then you have 4 nights in Siem Reap.
Okay. Thank you.
That's okay, no problem. Anybody else?
How long is the flight?
So the flight time, there will probably be, we're planning on doing this at the moment with Singapore Airlines, in which case there will be a short stopover in Singapore. So the flight time will probably be about 11 hours, 12 hours, something along those lines in total. But as the flights are not out as yet, we are basing this on previous schedules. But as soon as the flight timings come out, then we'll be able to actually, you know, issue those details, which is generally around about 11 months before departure. So we'll be able to sort of give you those details nearer the time. But this isn't an unusual thing for us to do. Quite a lot of people who book with us tend to book 18 months to 2 years in advance before flight times are schedules are completely honed down. So we are used to dealing with things in this way.
Do the flights tend to be overnight? And what's the time difference from a jet lag point of view?
The flight times for this currently at the moment is that it's a late morning departure from the UK, and you will actually arrive in Saigon in the late morning. So the flight time is in the afternoon from the UK, and you'll arrive in Saigon in the morning. So that first day that you arrive, you'll be taken to your hotel, and you have that first day at leisure before the tour actually starts the following day as well. So you've got that quite nice time to actually just sort of, relax into that first day.
Okay, thank you.
That's all right. You're welcome.
Okay, I have another question. Is it going to be very hot and humid, or is this a good time of year to visit?
October's a great time. So with Vietnam and Cambodia, the best times to go are the spring and the autumn, which are the only times that we operate our tours anyway for that particular reason. There will be some short rainfall possibly during the course of this trip. But like a lot of these countries, that rainfall is very short, very quick, sort of clears the air, if you like. And then within sort of like half an hour, you wouldn't have known that it had been raining. I was out there early December when I went, and it was a beautiful climate at that time. You're going mid to late October here, so it won't be too dissimilar. So I sort of struggle in really, really close hot heat, but no, this is definitely the best times to travel. Spring and autumn, really your sort of February, March, and your September, Octobers are the best times.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else got any burning questions for me? Okay, so if you do wish to find out more details, get an actual inquiry on the go for this, or would like to book, like I say, there is limited space. Miles Morgan are providing
No, I mean, it's quite an exclusive.
So yeah, Miles Morgan have got that exclusive transfer for people as well from Chepstow. Please do talk to your local branch. It is just £99 deposit to secure this, and your balance isn't due until 6 weeks before departure. So from that perspective, something to look forward to. I hope you've enjoyed the presentation. And if you want to talk to Sam herself, who will be accompanying the trip, she is based in the Chepstow office, and also Sarah, the manager there, I'm sure would be able to answer some questions because they've had some training on this tour as well. So unless there's any other questions, please do get in touch with your local Miles Morgan branch, and thank you very much for tuning in this morning. Thank you, everybody. Amanda, are you there? Sarah,
Yeah, Joan.
there's still people. Do you want to give me a call?
Yes, yeah.
Do it that
Definitely.
way. Yeah.